All right. So what's happening? We back. We back with a few things to talk about. I want to focus right now on the Dakota Ditcheva fever. The Dakota Ditcheva fever. Now I know I'm pronouncing her last name incorrectly. I don't care. Let's deal with this young lady. Because, if you ask me, this needs to stop. This is not good for WMMA. Listen to me well. The Paige Van Zants of the world, they are not good for WMMA, if you ask me. I don't co-sign with, hey, as long as it grabs people's attention, it's a good thing. No. What you want is respect. It's more difficult for women to be respected in combat sports. Which means you have to be more serious than the men. You're supposed to be more serious. More no nonsense. But of course, that's not the case. The men are much more serious about MMA. So I don't think this does MMA much good. I don't think it benefits the sport to applaud mediocre skills, mediocre abilities. What good? How's that going to evolve you? When you applauding something very regular. Nah, you're going past applauding. Putting a spotlight on. You're throwing parties. Celebrations. Over mediocre work. Now, recently, as many of you know, now for those who don't know, she's a flyweight who fights in the PFL, currently undefeated. What is she now? I think she's 13-0. Here's her record. She recently improved to 12-0. 12-0. Chelsea Hackett was the first opponent who had a Wikipedia page. Chelsea Hackett. Yeah, you remember Chelsea Hackett. Before she even fought in MMA, I'm talking about Chelsea Hackett. Dudes was online calling her bae. But I digress. Dakota Ditcheva, let's just dive right into it. Let's talk about some of the things about Dakota that, if you ask me, not popping. This is the first thing right there. Boom. See that? Let's timestamp that. Where is it? 4 minutes on the clock, right? 4 minutes on the clock. Come on, Dakota. Come on, girl. Right? She got off. Then she got put right back on the fence, didn't she? She spent too much time on the fence. She has a real rough time getting fighters off of her. Right? This girl kept her, she wasn't even turning this girl around. I'm like, yeah, spin her around at least, get some underhooks. Dig in some good underhooks. Where's the underhooks? Ditcheva says she admired Joanna. This ain't Joanna. Joanna would have got that chick up off of her. Joanna got some of the nastiest underhook game you want to see. A fellow Muay Thai specialist, where's your underhooks? I mean, okay, get these fighters off of you. It's never good when you primarily a striker, and you have fighters who doing this to you. And you struggling. You're struggling. So the physical strength is not all that. And look at her opponents. Her opponents, these are cans. I'm sorry. I hate to say that. Her opponents, look at them. Watch her opponent. And I'm talking about everybody she's ever fought. When you watch Ditcheva's fights, don't even look at Ditcheva. Don't even look at her. Act like she's not even there. And just look at her opponents. That's shocking itself. Just watching her opponents is shocking. It's like how, bravo, matchmakers, and their ability to find these girls. And I've watched every fight that the PFL has available on Dakota. Now, the matchmakers spammed cans at Dakota. Spam cans. Just can after can after can after can. Some of them cans was putting hands on Ditcheva. Oh, yes, they were. Let me not just call them cans. Now, a can, that don't mean you just a bum. You can improve. I mean, if you got 4-5 fights and you lost 4 of them, currently you a can. Right? Right now, you bum status. You're bumming it up right now. But you could go on to win your next 10 fights. And boom, you're no longer a can. That was just a learning process. That's just a stage where you are at any given point. But when you're like that at the beginning of your career and you never improve, what else do you call that? Now, I want to take it here. I want to take it here with you all to Sherdog. Because Sherdog has the record of all of her opponents, unlike Wikipedia. And many of you have done your homework. You've looked at the opponents. You've examined her opponents. And you see clear as day, even Chelsea Hackett, which is probably her most celebrated victory. Look at her record. Chelsea Hackett is getting slapped around. And she's just getting started. She's not a noteworthy victory. I mean, she's a good little scrappy little fighter, but she hasn't established herself as one of the best flyweights. One of the best of the best. I think Ditcheva has proved herself to be one of the best. But it's obviously not one of the best of the best. I mean, to be honest with you, man, I'd be worried for her if she got in there with Jessica Andrade, a somewhat, kind of weathered. She got a lot of mileage on her, but she might destroy Dakota. Okay, how about this chick? Lisa Malden. I'm telling you, these are soccer moms. Look at her record. Who? Lisa who? She just been knocked out twice in a row. Back-to-back flat lines. Now, this is the girl she fought when she won the tournament. This was her final fight. After she beat this girl, she won the $100,000. And this was funny. And look at her record. 3 wins, 2 losses. Look at it. And it don't get no better. Because as you see, I've started from her most recent opponents. Don't get no better. Look at how some of these girls came out fighting. Now you can do a YouTube and find these fights yourself. Boy, some of these fights, a straight doozy. There's this one girl she fought. She came out there. Every punch she threw was a windmill. One of Dakota's opponents. I said every punch. She would double up on left hands. There was both hook windmills back to back. She looked like one of those dolls that Mr. Miyagi had, where they twist them left to right, and that's actually a fighting style of fight. It looked like that. Every punch she threw was, what was that? I forgot the name of those things. Let me see. Mr. Miyagi doll? I know I'm not even spelling his name right. No? Karate Kid doll, right? Was it a doll? It was like a... Oh, look at this. Stick. Man. What was that thing? Okay, I will never find it. But it looked horrible. Just trust me on that. It looked horrible. Dakota's opponents are not top 10 US. They're not top 15. Watch her fights. Watch her opponents. Watch their skill set. Some of them, I'm telling you, some of her opponents look like they have neurological disorders. Look like they struggled to throw one punch. One strike period. They were struggling. Look at this chick. This is one of her opponents. She's 0-4. She even, look at that. Even her amateur record splattered with red paint. No. Okay? And we need to lay this foundation. Yeah, and of course it don't get no better. And this is her resume. This is Dakota's resume. Okay. After she won that $100,000, she made some statements. Y'all remember what she said? I'm about to remind you what she said. She said, I'm gonna pump the brakes fighting Liz Carmouche. Liz Carmouche, you, the young up-and-comer, this is the perfect time to fight somebody like Liz Carmouche. Chick in her 40s, in the twilight of her career. The perfect time. That's when you're supposed to fight these older fighters with a reputation. When they're old and you're hot, you just won the tournament. And this was only like 2-3 fights ago. She said, I don't think I deserve that fight yet. Really? No, you don't want that fight yet. This girl, listen. When somebody brought up Liz Carmouche, Dakota Ditcheva sat down. She shut her mouth and found a seat. Right? She was properly silent. And this article took the cake. Look at what she said in here. She said, I think I would be being a little too cocky to call out the champ straight away, you know? No, I don't know. What is you talking about? You win the tournament. That's the perfect time to call out whoever got a belt. Especially if you believe in yourself. There was nobody Joanna was not going to call out at 125. When you get these hot new fighters and they know they the best, there ain't nobody in that division they're going to dodge. She grabbed a seat when they said Liz Carmouche. She said, no, I'd be cocky to call her out. She said, Liz been around for so long. I have a lot of respect for champions and stuff. Yeah, you know, you want to fight Liz Carmouche? Well, you know, I got a lot of respect for champions and stuff, you know. Liz Carmouche? You mean Liz? Oh, I respect her so much. A lot of people would say I haven't earned my spot up there yet. Really? With Liz Carmouche? You just won a tournament. Spot up where? Liz ain't that high up on the... Right? You go in the Bellator, all you need is 2-3 fights. You're fighting for the belt. Get a couple stoppages. That ain't no deep division. You just scared. You know Liz would ball you up. Listen, you're not going to have Liz pressed on the cage. Liz not going to have you pressed on the cage like that for 2-3 minutes. You're going to be taken down. There will be no games played, and she will be working her way up to a submission or beating on you. Boy, I could not believe this. A lot of people would say you haven't earned your spot. What are you talking about? That's if you have a fan base, that's the fight they should be calling for. Now's the perfect time to call out the champ. You just won a tournament. A lot of people would say, I haven't earned my spot up there yet, And I probably haven't. Listen to that. No, this is not how they talk. They're like, I'll whoop anybody. Do y'all know Floyd Mayweather Jr., before he even had, I think, 3 professional fights, he was talking about how he would definitely whoop the champion. I think he, at the time, was Gennaro Hernandez. Soon as he became pro, I beat all these fighters. You know from the very start if you the best. Flat out. And she up here talking about, I got respect for her and stuff. And I ain't earned my spot. Look at her. Look. She's here. This is her talking about I ain't earned my spot. I don't deserve that yet. Nah. You just don't want that. You don't want that yet. So, she continues. She says, so, as much as I would probably take that fight because I'm like that, you know, I'm a warrior, I'll fight anyone. No, you wouldn't. You're turning it down now. If you will fight anyone, you're not going to be sitting there talking about or giving an excuse as to why you're turning a fight down, why you're refusing to fight someone at your division. So as much as I would probably take that fight, you know, I'm a killer. You know, I'll fight anyone. She said, I don't think that's the next step for me yet. What's your next step? Lisa Malden? That's who she fought. That was her next fight. Lisa Malden. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Let us politely finish. Let us finish. She said, I don't think I deserve that yet. This is a European title. There's still more fights that I need to have before I challenge anyone for their belt in the World Championship. So I'm humble enough to say that. But whoever they give me next, like I said, if you want me to stay in Europe, fair enough. I'll defend it. But I feel like I need more now. I need to go over to the States. I need some new faces, some new challenges, and a few fights that will get out of the round one as well. Listen to her. Listen, real smart, Ditcheva, dodge Eva, duck Eva. They're real smart. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Because really, that's almost like a guaranteed loss. That's like a guaranteed loss where it probably wouldn't be a fight where you learn anything. It would probably be more like a fight that left you traumatized. Again, you're not going to have Liz struggling like that with you pressed up against the cage. And if that little girl strong enough to keep you against that cage that long, Liz will dump you on your head. See, Liz is not a normal chick. She's not. She ages slowly on that ass. You already know. You jump in there, you can see how she manhandles or woman handles these broads. She will dump you out the cage. That is hilarious. She believes she's still a few years away from hitting her prime. While she's unsure what the future will hold, she's confident she will continue to level up her game to be quite scary. The journey's not finished yet. We need to go to the world's first. This belt hasn't satisfied me yet. Happy as I am, I'm to have it. It's a European belt. It's not good enough for me. I need to go, well, take Liz's. How about you start with Liz's belt? What's wrong with that? They will whip that fight up as soon as you just give them the word. But it was irrefutable that she said, Liz Carmouche? Nope, not today. Come on, Lisa Malden. So it's funny to hear her today. Here recently. Talking with your boy Ariel Helwani. It is funny hearing her talking today.
To me, but like, I feel like I'm showing that I could fight with them. I didn't feel like they showed anything that I didn't the other night, you know.
Oh, also, she was critical, very critical of Erin Blanchfield after her loss to Manon Fiore. She was trying to, knock Taylor Santos. Like, hey, Santos, you ain't all that. You lost to Erin Blanchfield. Oh, yes. Your girl Ditcheva. Like, Santos, you're not that high level. You lost to Erin Blanchfield. I beg your pardon? I'm scared to see what Erin would do to Ditcheva. I'm sorry, that would be a beating. I'm taking Erin with all kinds of confidence if that fight were to happen.
So feel like, why are people saying like I'm gonna fall on this next round or something? Like, I'm gonna give it a good fight. I feel like I'm stepping up on their level. So
yeah, a good fight. And the way she talks, I'm gonna give it a good fight. I'll be right up there. I'll give it a good go. She don't have that dominance factor. You gotta have that dominance factor. Go listen to Joanna, how she used to talk before she got the belt, how she was talking. Listen to Wei Lee before she got the belt. She's like, yeah, I want the belt. I want to be the general of this division. She said that, literally. Was dead serious. This girl talks like she's not sure if she means what she's saying.
I don't know why people are
talking. Nah, man, nah.
About me like that, but I like to prove them wrong anyway, and I'll keep doing that in my performances, I think.
I love this.
See all that giddy. You love it? No, this is a cheerleader stuff. This is cheerleader stuff. Pom-poms. And she saw she had a little muscle. Yeah, I'm tough. Yeah, you got a little skill. You know what her thing is? She's got good accuracy and good form. And you don't need much. You don't need to be real good at that many things to excel in WMMA. That's just what it is.
I love this now, because now we're going to get maybe Dakota with
and she is getting the highest of accolades being on this show. And I'm telling you, this girl is still regional level. She is not as impressive as a Natalia Silva. No. You see Natalia Silva getting that kind of push? She's nowhere near as dazzling as a Natalia Silva. Okay? And everybody knows this.
Chip on her shoulder. Dakota trying to
Yeah,
position.
listen to him. Who a Dakota with a chip on her shoulder? Like she the Mike Tyson of WMMA. I mean, yeah, she got some first round stoppages popping off a little bit, but dude, come on, man. This is not a Ronda Rousey type dominance. It's not. And the thing is, Ronda, that's disrespectful. Ronda fought way tougher opponents than the opponents that this girl fought. The girls, I'm telling you, the girls that Ditcheva fought, many of them, just watch them. Those girls look like they got neurological disorders. They fight like they got some type of cerebral palsy.
This is good. Before it's been all nice. Everyone's been, oh, this is a great story. But you feel now that people are doubting you, that they're trying to knock you down, that they're trying to say that you've only fought cans. Is that what you're sensing?
Yes, that's what they're saying. We ain't dumb. See, they're trying to, trivialize, and they're trying to pretend like we don't know what we're talking about. Oh, they're just talking. Oh, those MMA fans, they're saying you've only fought cans, but they don't know the real you. Yeah, I see the championship spirit in you. All right.
Yeah, basically, and I feel like I get that all the time. And to be honest, I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if people say the same thing when I beat these next. They'll probably still say that I haven't fought anybody, because they won't want to accept the fact that I am on their skill.
Well, if you on their skill level, if you right there with the Grazos and the Valentina Shevchenko, why would you turn down the fight against Liz Carmouche? Liz Carmouche was running from Valentina. That was one of the most memorable post-fight analysis I've done. She was in there looking scared, didn't even want to get too close to Valentina. Why would you? That's not a good look. You feel like you're not ready for somebody Shevchenko dealt with so handily.
Level, I feel like. So we'll see anyway. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, and they'll find out that way. Level, I feel like. So we'll see anyway.
She's so girly. Nah. She's so. Listen, when it comes to fighters, man, I want to see some toughness in the. I'm be honest with you. When it comes to the fight game, I want to see a little toughness. Now that don't mean they boyish or nothing like that. I think Alexa Grasso got that. She's not girly like that. And she's very straightforward, Alexa Grasso. Go compare how confidently straightforward and serious Grasso is compared to Ditcheva. I look at fighters' minds. I'm not the only one. Manuel Stewart used to do the same thing. A lot of trainers do it. They look at your mentality and they, there's some stock in that. And I don't like, she don't have the mind. I'm not seeing it. Now, aside from that, I'm not seeing the skill set either. The talk about the crisp striking. Her striking ain't that crisp. She has good Muay Thai, but I've seen better Muay Thai clinches. I've seen better straight right hands. I've seen faster. Yes, with better form. She is more average than anything, if you ask me. Her record is the result of matchmaking that involve dozens of men in a lab. They're in a lab with the monitor on. They got microscopes out. They're making sure to find girls who just off the street. Girls who have no business in MMA. That's what they're doing. Chicks who got into MMA to lose weight. Yeah, fight her. Beat these few little girls up, get you a little buzz, and we'll give you a whole bunch of hype. The hype is mind-boggling. Oh, they've called her the next Ronda Rousey. Y'all remember the talk? Here you go. I'll remind you. Is Dakota Ditcheva the next Ronda Rousey? And they always make sure to get her abs. They like her abs. And they seriously trying to sell her abs. Seriously. She seems like the type of fighter who would have a little buzz in the UFC, unranked. And then as soon as they step up in competition, get painted. That's how she strikes me. Keep her away from Liz Carmouche. I think they all understand that. And if she were in the UFC, man, please keep her away from all the wrestlers. Keep her even as a striker. I see people touting her striking. Keep her away from Natalia Silva. And Silva ain't the only. Keep her away from Grasso. Nah. Listen, I like the striking. I like it. I like the the assertiveness. But I've seen better everything. No matter what she does, I've seen better everything. So I'm not seeing the substance. Most of this is hype. And it is like that annoying type of hype. Now let's get into the juicy stuff. What all the fellas appreciate most. If y'all recall, one of her weigh-ins went viral. Right? I think she was in a light gray get-up. Something like that. Oh, yes, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. She's getting that kind of attention. She has been co-signed by Joanna. Of course, she trains at Top Team. So, of course, she's going to get stamp of approval or co-signing from Joanna. This ain't Joanna. Now, I understand this is significant because these are two Muay Thai-based fighters. Did you get flashbacks of Joanna when Ditcheva's been pressed against the cage? I didn't. And I don't see Joanna's offense. Joanna got better offense than Dakota. Dakota, if you ask me, is too low volume. She's too low volume. To be primarily a striker, I think she need to do more. And I think her power is only going to be like impressive like it is now against the soccer moms. Against the soccer moms. I'm telling you. Listen, we all know what this is. Whenever, and this is just how it is, in both male combat sports and female, it doesn't matter. There's always, I need people to get this through your head. There's always a great white hope. Always. When there's a combat sport dominated by non-black fighters, as soon as a white fighter comes through that's competitive, they get an extra push from the white establishment because there's money in it. There's money in it. If I wish y'all could see like a money flow. When they come through like that and they're competitive, they soak up all the revenue. All of it. It's been there. It's historic. You can't get over it. You can't get through it. And it's pretty much this way in every fight. A lot of fighters capitalize on it. Tyson Fury really boosted his career, and he made a point to do it, fighting the likes of a Deontay Wilder. And I won't even get into the details of that. But listen, no matter how you slice it, you're going to see some white fighters who are not even as good as some of the Brazilian girls. I've seen there are currently more impressive fighters than her, than Ditcheva. On the skill level, there are more impressive fighters than her. But a pretty cheerleader type girl where she's not looking super manly, you got to understand the optics here. Where she's not looking super manly, has the right balance. She's in excellent shape, of course, but she still has the, the athletic, the real lady, the hot look going. Dana drools over stuff like especially if they're a Nordic looking European Caucasian female, no matter if they're from the UK or the United States. There is a massive, massive fan base for them. Massive. And they're going to get an extra push. Now, Taylor kind of roasted her a little bit. Taylor Santos said that if I was getting the type of promotion that she is, I'd feel kind of embarrassed about it, knowing that I ain't fought nobody. And they are talking about her, the next superstar. Of course, Jake Paul tweeted, said, next suit. He, in his tweet, understand, he said she is the next MMA star. Not WMMA star. He said she the next. This is Jake Paul. She's getting endorsed by the most popular figures out there who are not uttering the likes of no Natalia Silva or nobody else. Okay, you got stuff like this going viral. Okay, there it is. This is what it's truly about. And I'm saying that don't really help the sport. What helps evolve the sport is recognition of true elite skills. If y'all want to have a discussion about the next star, if it's truly like based on combat sports, we don't base the next star for men based on how handsome they are. If we're going to talk about a fighter being the next big thing, I want to hear it being based on their skill set, on their abilities. Now listen, I'm not trying to come down too hard on the fellas. I understand testosterone. Women have magical powers over us. But I don't think it requires much discipline to, maintain integrity of combat sports. You want to talk about the next big star, I better see the best boxing from that next big star. Top-notch speed. I better see some decent power. Ground fighting and stand-up. And she's one-dimensional. What is y'all talking about next big star? Do y'all even watch MMA? The next big star at flyweight, at strawweight, the star at strawweight is Wei Lee. Look at her. Ain't no one-dimensional there. Ain't no one-dimensional with Alexa Grasso. Wasn't no one-dimensional nothing with Valentina Shevchenko. Now, Grasso, even though she kind of one-dimensional, she's scary on the ground. Don't make no mistake. That girl is scary on the ground. She'll put you into submission in a heartbeat. Ditcheva don't want to go to the ground. She don't want to be down there. That is in a Marina Rodriguez type. And who got scarier Muay Thai, her or Marina Rodriguez? Is Marina Rodriguez yet another fighter with better striking? She's primarily touted as a striker. She's exclusively touted as a striker. That's where all of her stock is. Nobody should be talking about her as the next big star. No way. Are you out of your mind? Rodriguez get balled up by Carla Esparza. Like, what are y'all actually watching? Let's look at some more for, the viewing pleasure of the gentlemen out there. Because I think this is what it's mostly about. And understand, you get, this is the it's like the white girl push. Because there are equally and even more attractive Brazilian girls out there who are fighters. They don't get this. This is a different type of push. This is like the Ronda Rousey-ish push, type of push. Because there's such a huge fan base. Conor attracted that fan base. That, the great white hope. Conor, and he knowingly went after this image to be like the white Floyd Mayweather in MMA. It wasn't just about him being competitive. And, of course, Conor is one of the most dazzling. Conor in his prime is one of the most dazzling MMA fighters I've ever watched. Like, when in his prime, he looked like a flipping, like, Bruce Lee type thing. Conor McGregor. But he was still getting beaten up. He wasn't invincible. Still getting slapped around. So he said, let me incorporate this persona that makes Floyd the highest paid athlete in history. Make no mistake, it was Floyd's ability to get people to hate him, ability to get people to want to see him lose, that caused him to generate all that money. So there is a unique audience, a unique fan base for the European, Caucasian, Nordic sort of, badass dude, and a sort of chick like this. She's got like the cheerleader vibe, but she also got like a toughness. She got the toughness thing. I'll give it up. I mean, when she's in the cage, she's got it. It's not that potent. It's not that potent. But it's not too much. Nobody's you don't see those lesbian comments that a lot of people leave on the lesbian ladies channel, where they're talking about, hey, you're not feminine looking. They're not saying that about her. They view her, oh, this is the perfect balance. Oh, perfect. Do see? Don't even look like a fighter. She's not supposed to fight like she fights. That's what it is. She's not supposed to throw those T kicks like that. She ain't even supposed to be in the cage. But she definitely ain't supposed to have that good form that she has. And she has good form and very good accuracy. I think that's her biggest strength. Pretty good form and her accuracy. You look at her where her shots land, most of the time they're right on the money. Kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is. But you look at her, you would never guess that she was a fighter. Don't look like it in the face or nothing like that. That's what sells. That's what is appealing to her for, the promoters and whatnot. It's like, yeah, dude, we got it. We found one. Now, let's be honest. She's prettier than Ronda Rousey. At least I think so. And look at how financially successful Ronda Rousey was. Now, this girl is undefeated. Think about that. A girl that looks like this, undefeated, getting stoppages. Of course, because she's so very well matched. But still, it's happening. They're giving the general public those optics. It's working so far. They matched her up perfectly. She go and clobber these little soccer moms because she herself is an above average fighter. I think, I'm going to give it up to her. I'm not trying to be a hater. I think she's an above average striker for the women. And they're matching her up perfectly so that she can get wins based on it. Because, that's and that is what does it for dudes. They see her in the bar, out on the street. This is not a fighter. Oh, you're a fighter? Oh, you're getting stoppages? You're not supposed to be doing that. See, these Brazilian girls, they have runs like this all the time. It's the norm. But those are just, oh, what a talented girl. Oh, the very fast kicks. But her, oh, next big star, here come Jake Paul. Oh, next big star. Boy, she is getting so much pub. Just do a search on some of the articles. And boy, are there a huge number of articles. And her career just started. Ain't number 12-0. But she getting it. Now, she bust this girl's eye up pretty good. Busted her eye up pretty good. But brutalized. They got these articles surfing. Oh, she brutalized. Okay. All right. And when the fights are actually going, I can't even take it. I gotta hit mute. No Spanish version for PFL. Look at it. Dakota Ditcheva can become Britain's first ever MMA female champion with PMA. Jake Paul said she's the next MMA star. I think this is going to end badly. Why do this? Every time they do this, I just don't like it. Because there's too big of a chance to lose in MMA, especially when she's not looking all that dominant. There's a number of people, I know several people would take against her. They take against her. I've seen better on the mitts, on the pads and all that. Some of these chicks look straight up scary on the mitts. Okay? But look, she got a good team behind her. And she's not, listen, on the ground, she has a submission. She's got a submission. She got, right? If I'm not mistaken, she got a submission on her record. She's not a complete alien on the ground. Right here. Rear naked choke. Here's another one. TKO. Submission to knee to the body. Okay, no. There wasn't no submission. But yeah, it's not that she's not a good fighter. It's not that she's not talented. She's just not one of the best flyweights in the world. Are y'all crazy? And that's what they're saying. Those are the types of articles they got going out here. Oh, the next big superstar. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Y'all about to embarrass this girl. Right? About to embarrass this girl. And why is she talking the way that she is? Okay, where's that article? Shevchenko. Because she said something specifically. Okay. Listen, I'm not too mad at that. She said, I'll keep improving myself and show I'm on their level. So you're saying you're not there yet. Right? Right? Now, of course, she's going to say you know that I'd beat him. All fighters are going to say, yeah, I'd win that fight, even if you're not a fighter. Somebody asks you if you beat a fighter, a lot of guys be like, yeah. Okay. Oh, now this is a good one. They shared some of the reactions to her comments. Yeah, man, like, what are you talking about? How long ago was this? May 27th. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Okay, this is what she said now. When asked about those matchups against Shevchenko or Grasso, she said, I could have the title if I went there. I mean, some of the most basic fighters at 125, Melissa Gatto. She's just not the best striker I've seen. They're touting her as this big time striker. Listen, I'm not seeing it. 125. Yeah, put her in there against Ariane Lipski or Da Silva. Think about that. Is Dakota, is she guaranteed to win that? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Karine Silva, more of a wrestler grappler, still trouble. Tracy Cortez, she probably ball her up. Viviani, now she'd probably piece Viviani up. If Viviani couldn't stop her, Viviani get gassed, she'd probably get beat up. But Viviani will take you down. The takedown is going to always be a threat for Dakota. There's no way I'd predict that she move up, that she would break the top 10. I would say she would never even break it. If she were to move in fair, don't, match her up well against nobody. Let her move up like a Loma Lookboonmee or something. You fight the unranked fighters, right? Fight a few of them. I don't think she could move up like that. I don't think, nope. She wouldn't even crack. I mean, I'd be surprised, to be honest. If she had to fight like 3 unranked fighters, like a lot of these fighters do, sometimes even more, that'd be rough going for her. 125. Some of those unranked fighters at 125, nah. And look, Miranda Maverick ain't ranked no more. Her against Miranda Maverick. Think about it. Almost every unranked flyweight in the UFC, you don't know who'd win against Dakota. So let's not even talk about the top 5. When I was hearing this, all this talk and reading the comments about Dakota, I'm like, oh, Lord. I listened to Combo's reaction to it. And he's got this real politically correct, polite way of roasting. And he had to he said it'd be disrespectful. And I agree. We can't even have that discussion, man. Until she fight better competition. I mean, Jasmine. You think Jasmine would not be able to get her down? And even if she had to strike, Jasmine Jasudavicius is a crazy striker. Like, she spazzes out. She can be very difficult for some fighters. Striking with her. Nah. But hey, I'm not wishing that she loses. I just want to respond to some of these claims and share with you where I think the hype is coming from. Because she ain't shown nothing. That recent victory over Chelsea Hack, go back and watch that. There are girls getting stopped just like that every day. Literally. In back corners of Brazil. Is this that? She ain't do nothing. Hit her in the body, caught her in the body, and she slumped over. It wasn't even a spectacular looking knockout. And boy, here come the boy. Who else called her out? I mean, who else has mentioned her? You got Jake Paul. You got Ariel Helwani. They're giving her maximum. And you know what they're doing? Setting her up to fall flat on their face. Now, this happens a lot with UK fighters. I don't know what it is. But, well, I know what it is. They're bigger. They're hardcore fans. When they have a standout prospect coming out of UK, boy, it's the next coming of Christ. It really is. Tom Aspinall. Now, Tom Aspinall, a good fighter. But this man, y'all really want to throw her in there against some Brazilian butchers? Come on, man. Who want to get stupid? Some hardcore Brazilian bush bumpers. Look at this girl. Look. Yeah, she can get a few little good looking victories. Yeah. They're matching her up carefully. They're in a lab. They're in rooms talking about, okay, look. We have to make sure the opponent has weak takedown abilities. And most certainly make sure they don't have much power. And make sure their striking is garbage. Go look at the fighters she fought. Every one of them. Their striking is garbage. It's cringe-worthy. Some of their striking is so bad, you wondering if they're doing it on purpose. Like, are you deliberately trying to swing behind you? So I don't think this money grub trend is good for WMMA, and it only exists in WMMA. The hot girl fighter. You know, they always gotta, money is always gonna be a factor. And they're always gonna, and it's you thirsty dudes. Y'all the ones that make this possible. Thirsty dudes who would be out here making comments, because if everybody was online roasting her, she wouldn't be getting no push like that. If Jake Paul and everybody came out roasting her, like, yeah. And she just, ain't no reason to roast her, but it's nothing that spectacular. 12-0, okay. 12-0, I've seen better records, I've seen better runs. And even then, she got some decisions down there. What is this? But okay. We'll see how long it lasts. And I can't lie. I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts. And if she can hopefully Now, let me say this. Hopefully she can be elite, become elite. Only 25. So hopefully she can get polished. That would be interesting to see a really, really top level fighter emerge, but they're from the PFL. And here's the thing. If you ask me, she got the opportunity to prove that she's world class right in the organization she's fighting for. And hopefully she can pull it off. Respect to Liz Carmouche. I'd rather see a young fighter, especially one that's based in Muay Thai. Much rather prefer that than watch Liz do what she do. And plus, she don't have much time left in her career. Yeah, get her out of here. I mean, look at the fighters at 120. Is it guaranteed she beats Samiko Inaba? Denise Killholz. Look at her competition. That's it's almost kind of disrespectful. That she would get bigger push than, some of those fighters. But hey, PFL is a new organization. Their social media, their Instagram, their YouTube channel, they only got 25,000 subscribers. I'm talking about the PFL. 25,000. How you a premier MMA organization? Now, I know they just recently, but that's my point. They're brand new. They're just trying to get attention. Reminds me of that big, gigantic butt girl that went to WWE. That was a bad look for Bellator. And you saw what they were doing there. Carefully matching her. They was matching her up to win fights. And she was still getting sparked. But listen, that girl is probably like, she wouldn't have the same fan base. She don't have the same fan base as Ditcheva. Telling you, those matchmakers and stuff, they know exactly what type of fan base these fighters have. Oh, yes, they do. You see, these guys probably coming to her Instagram often. Okay, look at her. She almost resembles Alexa Albu, Stitch. So, yeah. So, listen. Now, I will say this. It does make WMMA a little more interesting. Stuff like anything that happens. Anybody who get above average attention is interesting, if you ask me. It don't help evolve the sport at all. But it's interesting because it's going to be a moment if they get beaten up, get the life beaten out of them. I think this was that chick. Yeah. That's the fight where she won $100,000. Man, I've seen better clinch work. I've seen better physical strength. I've seen better punches. I've seen better kicks. I've seen better everything. Nothing is spectacular. I don't get it. I can name fighters who they got unusual stuff. Macy Barber got pretty much unusual power. Like, she overperforms with the power. Natalia Silva has lightning, otherworldly speed, especially with her kicks. It looks very dangerous. The Dakotas don't. Hers look manageable. And I'm talking about all her kicks, body kicks and everything. Even her teep kicks. Yeah, she got them. She got long legs. But I'm not blown away like that. Yes, good fight. And listen, she's a good addition to, WMMA. Listen, I'm easily entertained. You all know that. I'm not trying to come down on her like that. I'm just saying the question, y'all put the question out there. Is she what she's saying she is? Yeah, you're talking about, yeah. And listen, when you're on the platform, when you're in a position like she's in, you win in tournaments and everybody talking about you, you got all this hype. You want to come out your face and say you're going to whoop some of the best legit proven fighters, you're going to get some criticism. You're going to get people like me who are going to evaluate you. And listen, if she was the real deal, I'd sit there and say she's the real deal. I would have had no problem with it. Several fighters I said was the real deal before they even became ranked. Said it was a problem. A dangerous fighter before they even became ranked. Do y'all see it here? Maybe I'm delusional. Do y'all think she could fight her way up through the UFC flyweight division? Remember, that's the hottest division. Probably most competitive. So, yeah. Yeah, Taylor Santos. Probably going to kill her. But, hey, we'll see. I think Santos, if you can get into the second round, get into the later rounds with Santos, and fight off her takedown attempts, I think you could have success on the feet. You saw Aaron, and not just Aaron, Molly had a lot of moments against Taylor. I think that's her weekend. She might have enough power to hurt Dakota, but Santos is kind of sloppy with her defense, and pretty much everybody. Speaking about sloppy defense, again, go look at that girl's opponents, man. One of her opponents ate a punch, and I swear her left hand was like, she had like the Jesus formation. Hands spread out in a T formation shape. I don't know how her hands got there. That's where they were when she ate that punch. Just no defense. What defense? What defense? See, this is what it is right here. They're at these weigh-ins. Again, her weigh-in went viral because dudes thought she was so hot. Her weigh-in went viral. Don't play dumb. Y'all know what's going on here. She don't have that ruggedness to the face, the thick jaw like a lot of the girls do. These girls get criticized for that. Let's keep it real. Dudes always hop on here talking about how much they look like dudes. He had a cauliflower ear and all that stuff. That was scar tissue. Here it is right here. This is the one that went viral. Oh, she's a star, next superstar, dude. Yeah, man. Oh, she's the next MMA star, man. Oh, yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is. I don't know why. It's just a lot of dudes, they're so much of a simp that they'll leave comments like that, knowing it ain't true, but they just so desperate to give the highest compliment possible. And they know that that's exactly what she would want to hear. So desperate to give them the highest, to tell them what they want to hear. They would just, a whole bunch of just blurt it out anyway. Next big star right there. Yeah, look at that Ariel Helwani interview. Just look at the comments. The next big thing in WMMA, you're looking at a UFC champion in the making, phenom. Can't make this up. The best for the WMMA if she wins. Liz in her 40s. Yeah, I can agree with that. She has the Rousey aura. She's going to be a problem. I got her winning the whole thing. Can't really? Oh my goodness. But hey, girl, soak it up. Get your moment in the sun. Squeeze this life out. Get everything. Live it to the highest, to the hilt. But you have chosen a very difficult sport. Another thing, this girl is heavily dependent on her undefeated record as a means of promotion. Of course, they say it before each fight, but she goes around in interviews talking about, I'm undefeated. Oh yes, much stake is put into the fact that she's undefeated. Okay, what happens when she gets dumped on her head like Rose Namajunas? What happens when she almost get decapitated and embarrassed? You know? It was something how, I don't know, did Paige Van Zandt tried to hang in there. She tried her best to stay relevant. But did she even have one good run? She had a pretty good, she was carefully matched. See, that's why I don't like a lot of these types of fighters. They get very heavy favoritism when it comes to matchmaking. Does that help? Does that really help? Evolved? No. It absolutely. Now I take that back. She's not rugged. She ain't got nothing rugged, man. She's very cheerleader-ish. Even when she tries to be rugged and rough and hard. It's all cheerleader energy, man. Those are cheerleader hammer fists. She throws cheerleader punches. I'm sorry, Dakota. You're a pretty girl. You're a pretty girl. And you're a good fighter. You're a good fighter. But the next superstar, Shevchenko, Grasso, man, please. Man, please. Like I said, I'm worried about her. fighting fighters between 10 and 15. That's the danger zone for her. If she makes it past the unranked UFC fighters, and I'd be surprised about that. Man, please. I think Jillian Robertson could bounce back up 125 and probably ball her up. You're not going to be pressed against the fence all that time with Jillian Robertson. But plenty of more fighters. They're going to snatch you clean off your feet. No time. Yeah. Oh, snap. Liz Carmouche is about to fight Taylor Santos? No. Is that true? That's a good matchup. I'd sure like to see it. Liz, she might have a run. She might make herself a run here. And wouldn't that be crazy? I think I mentioned that before. Deep in her 40s, right? All up in her 40s, and she suddenly has this tail end of her career championship run. What's wrong with this? But I think it's possible. Got a lot more experience than these fighters. And the hottest, most popular, up and coming prospect said she don't want no smoke from Liz Carmouche. Said, I ain't ready. Not ready for old lady Liz Carmouche. That is a mouthful. And it's not like Liz is invincible. She got plenty of losses. Yeah. She's got plenty of losses. She's just invincible in Bellator. Boy, is she ever. Just whooping everybody. That's why she ducked. That's why she ducked Liz Carmouche. Look at that. This is what them girls looking at. A crazy Bellator run against, pretty skilled fighters. Yeah, she know better than that. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Pump the brakes, girl. Pump the brakes. And that's how they worded the article. That's hilarious. It says she pumped the brakes. Wait a minute. What is this? Okay, what'd I do with her? I lost her profile. There it is right here. You know what? Let me try something here. Because I'm just recently finding this. Seeing how young she is. Let me do this. And she kind of, she has. Think about it. She just went through like puberty. Just yesterday, she had a baby face. Look at her physique, man. The way she built, these kind of girls end up getting hurt. You can see it already. You can't see that coming. These girls, man, built like sky dancers, like ballerinas. You think they're about to be competitive in a fight or something. They go in there and get ragdolled. That's what her body looked like, man. I ain't trusting that. And like I said before, man, a lot of these girls, like this girl, a lot of these girls like this, they're truly natural. I think it's hard to be totally natural, but I think some of these fighters are. Like, they're really natural. But some of these girls really are not. And, you know, it varies too much in WMMA. It varies a lot between a girl. Because some of those girls, I hate to say it, but from Brazil, but it's not just Brazil. But it's such an open culture down there that it's not so, frowned upon. They have like real scientists, like dudes that really know what they're doing. At a real young age, some of those girls are put on these different PEDs and it's enhancing them. And some of them is just like dudes, man. There ain't nothing you can do with them. You have all the skill in the world. They're going to punch you and then you're going to go flying out the cage. All right, say it ain't so. All right, let me get out of here. Shout out to everybody. Just wanted to stop by and babble. See you on the next live stream.